Oh, shoot. My hands are a mess. Give me a sec. I'll put that down on the prep board for the second batch. I forgot to put it down on the prep camera. My bad. I'll get that right. Alright, let's fix this. Gotta finish in the morning. Let me put it this way. When I argue with the doctor on his test. I mean, you are a boss, so it's kind of in your character, right? Alright, there we go. There's those chicken wings. Dance again till I know that you love me too. There we go. Bread up 30 wings real quick, like so. And then we just get to frying. Now I've got a huge stock pot on over there. As some of you may have noticed, that is my like 20 quart, 22 quart stock pot, something like that. All right, let me wash my hands now. All right, hands are washed. Let's go over here to the stove cam because that's where the rest of the action is going to happen. What's up? All right, so I'm just going to take a bunch of wings here, just start adding them. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so we can do 3 more, and that'll be half. All right, there we go. That's why I like using the big pot, is I can fry a bunch at once. I don't have to do a bunch of batches. We can just get it all done. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Let all the work be in the prep. Let all the fun be in the cook and the eat. Right. Get all my mess together in one little spot over here. Trash. Oh, you know what? We were going to add some berry to that sauce, weren't we? We were. Why don't we do that? It's a good sauce, and I'm fancy and leaving it alone, but I did say I wanted to add some berry to it, so let's add some berry. The wild berry coulis that I made for a cake. And this is what's great about cooking, guys, is you can just play around in the kitchen. Ain't nobody telling you not to play with your food. You want to make a flavor, make a flavor. Maybe it makes sense, maybe it don't. Let's find out. Did this one make sense? Certainly made that more red, didn't it? Ooh. Oh, that's quite lovely, that. That'll do. All right, now I'm going to set a 10-minute timer. Actually, I'm not going to set a timer yet. What I've got is I've got the heat on, and I'm waiting for it to come back up to the temperature that we started frying at, which is 350. And once it hits that, then I'll set a timer. We'll try a 7-minute timer. Because you hate timing off of like thermal loss, right? Like you guys might not cook this many wings at once, but if we time it off of once it gets back up to the regular temperature, then we should be able to come up with a nice repeatable way for you to do it at home. Because you know, if you don't know wings like through and through, then they can be a little intimidating because it takes a lot longer than you'd think to cook these little pieces of chicken. And there's kind of a specific way because they need, they got a lot of tendon, they got a lot of silver skin, they got a lot of just undesirable stuff in them. So you got to kind of cook it a long time to make it really good. That's what makes a wing really good, is whenever they're really crispy. Check chat here. One wing isn't in the oil. Do I ever do Korean fried chicken? I'm not opposed to doing Korean fried chicken, but no, I've never done it before, Pops. If you had a pot that big, you would. This is, I bought this just to do stocks, and then I figured out it was a great fryer as well. I'm just kind of moving this around a little bit to keep it from burning on the bottom, because the heat's coming from the bottom and I just don't want anything to sit there resting on the bottom while that heat comes back up. Let's see, we are currently at, dang, we're still pretty low. We're still at 300 degrees. We dropped all the way down to 280. We've still only picked up 20 degrees right now. But just lightly stir it. Like, be careful whenever you're stirring it if you're doing this method, because you don't want to knock off all that breading. That breading is what's going to help hold on to your sauce. I don't want a big fat thick breading, but I do want enough to hold the sauce. You think your favorite style is a toss-up between that and whatever Hooters does to their wings? So this is basically what Hooters does to their wings. Surprise! The biggest thing is leaving them in to fry long enough. Like, that's the mistake I think most people make, is that they pull them way too early. Like chicken wings, there's so much extra silver skin, tendon, bullshittery in there that you're almost not ever going to dry them out. They're kind of like pork butt or dark meat chicken. It's like really hard to dry out. Even though they're technically white meat, they're really hard to dry out. So the longer you cook them, the more it renders all that fatty, gelatinous tissue in with the wing. And it crisps it up extra too, so that whenever you get to those little bits of cartilage and stuff, I forget the camera's over here. Whenever you get to those little bits of like cartilage and stuff that are on the end on the bone, that like you see people like chewing that stuff off and you're like, ew. But it's because it's been fried long enough that it's crunchy. Like it's chewable, you know? Yeah, that's one of the tricks. That's why wing joints are so successful, is because you almost can't fuck a wing up. The way you fuck a wing up is not doing it long enough. And, you know, you almost can't forget about them long enough, like too long. Pork butt can simmer for 7 years. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. There's just so much fat and stuff going on in there that it can take a lot. And that's the same thing with wings. It can take a beating. Sorry, close up of my hairline there. I just wanted to make sure we weren't floating any chicken, because somebody has me nervous. Somebody said we were floating a piece, and I want to make sure we all got it all nestled down in there. Get a close up of an old man's receding hairline. What the hell? Excuse me, dog. Go on. I'll grab a bucket to sauce the wings in. These here are called Cambros. If you don't have them, they're very handy. They're usually sold with the lids. They're measured in quarts and they're kind of marked. Great for storage, great for abusing thoroughly. This is why every kitchen has these. Every professional kitchen has those. Shayna, I'm sorry that I didn't set up the chat over here today. So give me just a second and I will check on chat. I've been trying to keep up a little better though. On a pot that big, how much oil did I put in? That was, let me see, I had it in a Cambro and it was marked. That was probably about 2.5 quarts, maybe 3, a little less than 3. I don't know. I buy one of these. I'll show you. This is what I buy whenever I buy peanut oil. Is just like one of these big jugs, and I'll usually get like one good fryer fill, and then I'll be able to filter that out probably a good 10 times or so, and then I'll use up what's left to top it back up, and then filter it maybe another 5 times before I have to get another one. So a good 15-20 fry sessions before I ever have to get another thing of oil. And yes, Shayna, we do filter it just by pouring it straight through our flour sack towel. It filters all the little bits out of it and makes it nice yellow oil again. How'd the pizza turn out yesterday? It turned out so good. So good. You want to see? Let's pull that thing up because we were real happy with that. Go here, and then go there, and then go there. But there you go. That's how that pizza came out yesterday. That's how that pizza came out yesterday. Not bad, huh? Also, welcome in. Michelle, how are you? Michelle, right? I remember that correctly? My memory's terrible, but I think I got that one right. Oh, no worries. No worries. Why is that rocking? Bro, y'all see that? I ain't touching it. Can you guys see that? What the hell is that? Y'all see this, right? What is... Look, guys, look. I'm not kidding. Hands up. Hands up. I ain't doing that. I'm way over here. What the shit is going on with that? Bro, we for real have ghosts. My ghost is back, see? My ghost is getting excited about these wings. So anyway, Pops, this is real close to what Hooters, now that the ghost is apparently taken off for a while. Take off, eh? So this is really close to what Hooters does for their wings. It's just a single light flour coat breading. It's breaded, but only just. I keep forgetting this camera's over here again. It's breaded, but only just. It's a super light crispy breading on the outside. First time chatter. What do we got? Basic bacon Rob. When this fry pot's a rockin'. Damn Skippy. Welcome in, Rob. By the way, my name's Hammer. Thank you for joining us. We have another camera angle too. It's not always this one where I keep forgetting about it and walking away. We have a better one. This one's just our stove cam. And we just switched it up yesterday, so we're still getting used to it. But this is we've got a normal camera. Hello, how are you? Welcome in. Thanks for joining. My name's Hammer. I cook. True story. And we have ghosts that apparently like to rock our frying pans. Exclamation Chef Story, if you want to know a little bit about me. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm glad you found your way here. If you'd like to let us know how you got here, if you're just random clicking, then that's cool too. Back to the stovetop and trying to remember where it is. Bro, did you see the ghost? No, you didn't have a tablet. Our ghost was out here rocking our frying pan. Yeah, and the nice thing is because we're using this big pot, like we're gonna have a bunch of wings done at once. So let me get a drain station set up. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Got here via Recipe Reborn stream earlier today. Oh, chef. Lemon. We love lemon. Lemon's fantastic. Shayda clipped the ghost back. We're frying wangs. Dang Skippy. Dang Skippy. Okay, so we are now back up to 350. Now, I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes. We'll see how that goes. So, you guys see, it knocked the fry temperature down from 350 down to about 280. And then we just left the heat on until it came up, and now we're setting a timer for 5 minutes. We'll check it there. It may need a little bit more, because I'm still not hearing them talking to me. You'll hear them talking to you whenever they're ready. I feel like frying until golden brown is such a terrible descriptor, if I'm honest. If you fry things until they're golden brown, like you could have pulled these wings 5 minutes ago because they were golden brown then. If you're using old oil, things will become golden brown faster. If you're using new oil, things will become golden brown slower. There are varying degrees of golden brown. This is, I don't know, this was what I would consider perfect for most things. Now wings I like to fry a little extra because of all that extra stuff that I keep talking about. But yeah, like this golden brown's just, it's a terrible descriptor. So I say fry these until the fryer temperature comes back up to the 350 it started at. Then set a timer for 5 minutes and check them. You should hear how she talks about me. Who talks about me? Lemon? Lemon's fantastic. She's one of my favorites, by far. Biracial Asian culinary student. She's always making crazy stuff. Like, look, I think I'm pretty skilled in the kitchen, and I think that I could totally make whatever it is that she's making if I had, the same recipes and stuff that she's using. But she makes some really cool food that I would just never think of. I mean, just stuff that doesn't even occur to me. And I think that that's probably one of my favorite things about her, aside from just who she is. She's really kind. Yeah. So if we're having a compliment off, let's bring it. Bring it. Let's have a compliment off, Lemon.